Hello everyone and welcome to episode 29 of Bardic Quest, the show where a group of British trained actors tell fantastical improvised stories through the medium of Dungeons and Dragons. Once again, a nice reminder to please like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest. Last time, after a encounter, quite literally, with a bunch of Redbrands stuck in a room with a lot of bottlenecked fighting and navigating of the very British queue that was constructed out of the party members, eventually our heroes managed to murder two of them and have the other one surrender at their...
chose, actually.
Chose. All right, I'll accept that. Chose. And they began the interrogation and questioning of said ruffian to try and gain as much information about this underground complex that they had found themselves in. And this ruffian eventually revealed to the group that they were, in fact, holding a few people prisoner in the northern section of their hideout. For business purposes, which was all that was really revealed. And the group convinced or intimidated this ruffian into guiding them towards where these prisoners were being held and assisting them in convincing his colleagues into standing down, dropping their weapons. So we pick up with the ruffian being grabbed by the scruff of the neck by Thorik as they make their way into the northern section of the hideout to find these prisoners. So, as of right now, you've got him by the scruff of the neck. You're in the cellar with the cistern. You've got the staircase leading up to the doorway at the top. And you've also got a doorway underneath the stairs, which Saga you'd looked at previously, which led to another corridor. And, of course, the only other way out is the door from which you came, which leads to the area with the crevasse. So, anything that anybody would like to do at this point?
I suppose just ask politely this chap to lead us the quickest and safest way to the whereabouts of the prisoners.
Okay. Are you allowing him to walk freely, or are you...
Oh, fuck no.
No.
Okay, just checking. All right, so you've very much still got him by the scruff of the neck. Yeah. And he kind of points towards the door underneath the staircase. And he goes, yeah, you wanna go through there?
Great, let's go.
Okay.
After you.
Oh, yeah, sure. So he kind of opens the door, and it leads into, as Saga had seen, a very small, 5-foot wide corridor, only about 10 foot deep, which opens up into this other corridor. And in this sort of hallway, it's quite large. It's 10 foot wide. As you enter into it, it kind of turns left. It's 10 foot wide, and about from where you are, there's about 60 feet, and then you reach these large double doors to the west, which are sheathed in copper plating, which have now gone green with age, and there's a relief carving of a mournful angel that's gracing the doors. It's quite a somber hallway. There's thick dust that covers the flagstones, and the walls are decorated with these faux columns, sort of every 10 feet going down. Is there anything that you'd like to do at this point?
Make him lead us away.
Okay. So he... Oh, go on.
So I was just going to say, Thorik doesn't want to get distracted now, but he notes that are the columns made of stone?
Yeah. Yeah,
cool.
But they're not actually supporting anything.
Cool. I just note them, and I want to come and take a closer look when we're not busy.
Okay. By the way, I meant to ask this before, but what's your sort of marching order going through this dungeon complex?
Well, it's prisoner and Thorik first, I'm guessing.
Who and Thorik first? You?
Prisoner.
Oh, prisoner and Thorik. Okay, yeah.
He has no name.
We couldn't ask his name, so...
I don't want to ask his name.
Yeah.
I might grow attached to him like a pet.
All right. So prisoner and Thorik, who's following up behind?
I can be next, because I kind of got the dagger.
Sure.
I'll be behind Sergei.
I'll be
All right.
behind.
Okay, just in case anything sneaks up on you. All right. Fine. All right. So you've taken note of these columns. Are you venturing further down the corridor at this point, or are you just waiting for everybody to file in, or what do you want to do?
I guess like sort of just bring them about and just whisper to the prison, just be like, which way now?
Straight through the doors.
Is this the crypt?
No, the crypt's the other side of those doors.
Right. Well, let's go then.
And you're still got him by the scruff of the neck, yeah?
Yes, please.
All right. So you drag him towards the doors, and you get about 15 feet into the room, and then the floor underneath you just buckles and gives way, and you just tumble about 10 feet.
All of us, or just Thorik?
Just Thorik and the prisoner.
Oh.
Okay. So you
Catch him!
Is there any way to like catch myself or anything like that? Or
to catch yourself, you can make a dexterity save if you'd like.
not
Could
particularly?
I try and grab him?
Sure. Well, do you want to? Let me see how I'm gonna do this.
If we're falling, I would let go of the prisoner.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Would you want to? With that in mind, do you want to take a dexterity saving throw just to see if you manage to at least step out from the trap first of all?
That will be a.
And actually, if Sergei, you're trying to catch him, I'll let you do that with advantage if you like.
Thank you.
Thorik.
That was a 6.
Can I try like hold on to Sergei like a chain, like in a cartoon?
Still gonna be another chain. You need to let Johann go fast.
It wasn't better.
Rogue.
It wasn't better.
No.
That was a 3, so my top roll is a 6.
All right. Okay.
I'm a very heavy boy.
You are a very heavy boy. So you drop into this pit. So you drop about it's not 10 feet. Sorry, it's 20 feet into
Good.
this pit in the floor. And you're going to take 7 bludgeoning damage. As does actually, let me double check because he obviously yeah, he doesn't do much better. In fact, he does worse. So he is going to take 9 damage for his fall. So you both just absolutely winded from this fall through this pit, and you're now 20 feet below on a dirt floor. It's not been nothing's been. It's literally just a hole in the ground that's just been dug, but it really takes the wind out of you. And you are, of course, at this point, prone for the sake of mechanics.
You all right?
Down there, Thorik?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, I mean, like, tries to struggle up and is like a turtle in his heavy armor, just manages to just like roll.
Did you have
Is
a
the guy
nice trip?
still alive? Sorry.
Come on, you guys, help him up.
Yeah, the other guy's still alive. He's very winded as well.
I've got some
Okay,
rope.
cool.
I go to feed my rope down the hole. Grab onto the rope.
I grab onto like the foot of the prisoner and just like drag him towards me. It's like, you failed to mention this, didn't you?
I didn't think it'd get the both of us, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
you're
well,
hoping
I
it would
think there's
both of.
consequences for lying to us.
No, I didn't. I forgot, alright? I forgot.
No, you did not.
Thorik is very angry, but he calms himself. Mercy before anger, mercy before anger,
Yeah.
mercy before anger. Shut up, you don't get to tell me anything.
Okay.
Thorik, I don't know if this is the best time to mention. I was quite slow on my reactions, but I could have cast Featherfall on you. I was admiring that weird angel thing over there.
And you two, useless pieces of... Just help him out of the pit already.
What did I do?
You laughed.
Wait, he laughed.
Yes.
Not at you falling. I was laughing, but what? I'm helping. Grab the rope.
Right.
Grab the rope.
I at this stage Thorik just points at the prisoner is just like, we keeping him with us?
I don't think he deserves to.
Oh no, you can't leave me down here.
Why
Oh,
not?
can we not? I think we can.
No. It was an honest mistake. I thought it was a little bit further down the hall than this. Honest.
Kill him.
Okay, here's a choice. If you come back up, I punch you really hard in the face and then we continue, or you stay in the pit. Your choice.
He kind of looks around at the pit and looks up the 20 feet that he'd have to climb, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll." He kind of mumbles, "I'll take the punch in the face."
Okay, come on then.
So,
I like tie him up with the end of the rope
right.
and then use it to climb up myself.
Okay.
And then help Johann just like he's like tied like this, so he's just being dragged and like bouncing against the side.
Johann's feet are like, this is clearly like a bit too heavy.
Okay, Saga's gonna help.
Thorik's helping.
So I'm just going, settling towards the edge.
Saga's gonna grab Johann by the shoulders and pull.
Just pull all of me. This is weird, but at the same time, I'm glad of the help.
All right. So, multiple people wrapped up in rope and dragging rope around, and much chaos as you all try and help everybody out of the hole. What do you do now?
I punch him really hard in the face.
Okay. Let's roll to hit here.
Oh God.
Oh,
Can't
God.
miss. I cannot miss.
You can roll with advantage because he's tied up, of course.
Thank you. That'd just be embarrassing.
Is she having to roll his tied up when I'm holding it?
Oh.
23 to hit.
23. All right. All right. So you clobber him one. Now, I am going to ask you to roll for damage.
Yeah.
But I'm going to presume you're going for non-lethal damage. So
Of course.
if he drops, he's just going to drop unconscious.
It would be
rather
quite cool if I didn't punch him to death. With
Yeah.
one.
But yeah, let's roll for damage and see what happens. So it'll be a D6, I believe, just for an unarmed strike.
Oh, it's 4.
D4? Sorry, D4.
And it's 4.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm very annoyed.
All right, so you full on. What's your strength modifier?
My strength modifier is +5.
You just deck him, drop him.
Yeah.
He drops.
Is he knocked out?
Is he knocked out?
He's down. He's down.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, I guess we just put him back in the pit.
could we just like kick him off the edge?
if I slap him on the cheek while he can regain consciousness.
Sure. Yeah. So he drop. You just deck him one, and he drops to the floor, and kind of realizing what you've done, you just kind of slap him awake.
Yeah.
And he's just dazed, like, what the hell? He's just seeing multiple sagas, kind of running, floating, rotating around his head. Yeah, he's very dazed at this point.
Oh, Thorik, let me fix some of the tears in your clothing. I like to cast mending to try and
Ooh,
fix
mending.
any damage that has happened.
On Thorik.
On Thorik, yeah.
Okay, nice. So you cast mending, and Thorik, you watch as all these various tears in your clothing start to sew themselves up, and any blemishes on your armor is nicely, any dents are just popped out in your armor, and it's all looking very fresh.
Thanks, lad. Right. So is the entire floor collapsed? Can we even go further than this?
It's only a 10-foot square in the floor, but you are going to have to hop over it.
Okay.
In order.
Johann, toss me.
Very well. Brace yourself.
All right.
1, 2, and roll. What am I rolling?
Give me a
Strength.
strength check, please.
Strength check it is. And we go. And we're rolling. And that is a natural 20.
Nice. All right. So you fling Sergei across the hole. He just makes it by a couple of feet onto the other side, and you look back, Sergei, and you can just see everybody else. The ruffian kind of slumping a little bit, but still conscious, and everybody else just watching, waiting for you to give them the go ahead. Really, that it's safe.
It's okay to jump. Do you want to chuck me that rope? We could make like a little.
Sure.
All right. So you're making a little pulley system, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. So
is there anything for him to attach it to on the other side?
Yeah, kind of
Or
wrap it round so I can.
you could try and
round
wrap it round to one of the fake pillars.
Cool.
Nice.
I'll wrap it around one of the pillars and kind of hold it.
All right. Nice. So you've got this nice tight rope now that you can all shimmy across, which is going to take you a little bit of time, but far less
Toss
risky.
the prisoner, aren't we? 'Cause he's tied up.
Yeah, that's true. How you gonna manage him?
What's the honors?
I create like a little baby Bjorn thing to like tie him into it, loop it over the top of the rope, and then just like pull him towards us. So he's just there like unconscious,
Yeah.
Great.
just spinning.
Fantastic. All right. Can you guys give me an athletics check just going across the? You can have advantage because of the rope, but just to make sure that nobody slips off the rope and falls into the hole.
Exactly
23.
the same on both.
23 from Thorik. What was yours, Saga?
17.
Nice. And yours, Johann?
16.
16. All right, great. So you guys all managed to navigate the rope without issue, crossing the hole with the Redbrand ruffian in tow as well. So you now find yourselves between this hole and about 10 feet away from the edge of the hole is these double copper doors.
Right. And I bring him very close to my face. Anything else you want to tell me?
No, just that's the crypts in there. That's all. That's all.
And you've had no issues?
No, I've just heard stories, but nothing's ever happened to me.
What stories?
Well, as I say, just like people raising from the dead and that sort of thing.
Great.
I'd like to go to knock on the door and kind of stop and go.
Wait. Raising people from the dead?
Yeah.
You're sure of this?
I mean, there's only stories. I've not witnessed anything myself. That's all I can tell you.
True, then Glasstaff
in the time it's taken us to go across the chasm, can Thorik have used my stone cunning ability to just check out the pillars and see if they have any sort of historical significance?
Oh yeah, give me a history check.
Which I'm considered proficient if it's about stones and stuff. Oh, it's 18.
19. Okay.
18.
18. Sorry. Yeah. So there's not really anything too much of significance with these pillars. They are decorative by nature and don't really hold much weight, but they are significantly old. They're a good 100, maybe 200 years old. They've been here for some time.
Do they herald from any particular background? Is it kind of elvish or dwarvish or
human, really?
Human.
Just human in design.
Yeah. I'm just sort of like mumbling to Johann, just like, yeah, you can tell it's human by the imperfections on the corners. They didn't get their corners right until about like another 100 years later, which they basically copied from us because we taught them the like specific joining mist.
Johann's genuinely interested.
You two, we've got people to rescue.
What? Oh yeah.
I give the prisoner to Saga. I'm like, he's your responsibility.
I don't want to touch him. Johann, you take him.
I don't want him. He smells.
I'll take him.
And Saga takes him back and go, fine. I'll hold the bloody prisoner.
I'll take him. No, you won't. You'll just befriend him and let him go.
Yeah.
I was going to hold his hand, to be fair.
All right.
Are there any languages or runes on the wall? Wait.
No. It's bare flagstone and bare brick. The only thing really of decoration are these pillars, which are fairly plain. The only thing of any decoration beyond that is this green copper door with this angel motif upon it. This angel carving.
Does that have any religious significance or any kind of, is it denoting any god or?
You're proficient in religion, aren't you?
I should.
I should think so.
I'm actually not.
But you're not. All right, then give me a roll then, please.
Cool. Deliberately not for reasons.
Right.
That's a 16 still.
16. All right, great. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly common knowledge anyway within those that know anything about religion, which is why I was going to forego a roll if you were proficient. But essentially, this does denote it's a symbol of death, essentially, here. But it is often used, particularly amongst human civilizations, to denote resting places of sorts.
Great. Let's head inside then.
Okay.
Johann, do you want to check for traps since we can't trust him? And I kind of shake the prisoner a bit.
Good idea. I sort of tip-tap my toe and with every step. And sorry, I'll make a perception check.
Are you looking for more traps, is it?
Yes. Any triggers, any tripwires, any dips in the floor where it might be a pressure point. Let's see. Perception. That will be 22.
Mm,
22.
we're rolling well.
I'm going to die today.
Roguing.
Well, the good news is there are no signs of any more traps beyond the trap that was already triggered.
Good news, everyone.
Good news.
I was about to say good news, everyone.
The bad news, I guess, if there is any, is that the trap's already been triggered.
If there were any traps here, there aren't any anymore. Looks like the path ahead is safe.
Okay, so you're opening the door?
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
Then might not be the best idea for me to go first.
Okay. Who's going first then?
Thorik will.
Thorik? Okay. So Thorik, you open the door. And you find yourself in a fairly large room. It's about 20 foot between where the door is and the other side of the room directly opposite you. But the room does mostly turn off to your right, as you're looking in. And to your right, which is the northerly direction, there's about 60 feet from the door to the other side of the room. You can see from where you're stood, you can see in the northwest corner of the room there's a doorway, and also in the northeast of the room there's another doorway. And there are 3 large stone sarcophagi standing within what looks to be a crypt, and they're propped up against each of these sarcophagi are human skeletons, which are clad in bits of rusty mail. There are more false columns along the wall, but these are slightly different in that these have actually been carved into the image of spreading oak trees. And as I say, there are the double doors, of course, that you've just come through, leading back into the hallway that you were in.
Well, I'm sure everyone's thought this already. Johann says, be wary. If the Ruffian speaks true of necromancy, these skeletons may have more life in them than they seem.
Which way?
And he points to the door in the northeast of the room. Okay. So, you head quietly across the room, and the door in the northeast, it's a wooden door with iron handles and hinges. It's only a small door, normal size, sort of 5 foot in space across. What would you like to do when you get to the door? Nothing else happens. The skeletons remain unmoved.
Open it?
Do we want him to
knock on it?
No.
No knocking. Johann, check if it's locked or trapped or something.
Let's see here. Is it locked?
Well, the only way to know for sure is to try the door, unless you want to give me a perception check.
Perception check it is.
All right.
That will be a 13.
13, okay. You try and look down the side of the door to see if you can see any bolts across, and it doesn't look, from what you can tell, to be locked.
Doesn't seem to be
on the other
locked.
side.
You can hear a little bit of muttering between 2 people on the other side, but nothing really clear. They're not talking particularly loud, but there are definitely people in there.
Two pointing? What? 2 walking? 2.
I think there's 2 people in there.
2. Screw it. Grr.
You're gonna open the door?
Yeah, Sergei's just done it.
All right. So you open the door, and you open it up to see a long room which is partitioned into 3 areas, with iron bars walling off the north and the south parts. There's filthy straw that lines the floor of what seem to be cells, and the doors to these cells are secured with chains and padlocks. There are a pair of dishevelled human women held in the cell to the south, and a human boy is confined to the cell in the north. All of them seem to be dressed in plain grey tunics and have iron collars fitted around their necks, and there's a heap of discarded clothing piled carelessly against the far wall. But crucially as well, there are in fact 2 ruffians standing guard in this central section of the room. They see you enter, and let's roll initiative.
Hi-oh.
Were we not going to tell them? Were we not going to tell them to lay down their arms?
No.
Leroy!
6.
God damn it, Leroy!
That was a 6 for you, was it, Sergei?
22.
22 for you, Saga.
14, Johann.
14 for Johann.
17 for Thorik.
17 for Thorik. Alright. So, Saga, you're actually up here first. You are a little bit further in the crypts than perhaps Sergei, who's stood in the doorway at this point. So you're a little bit further behind him. We're in a situation again where Sergei's in the doorway. How do you want to play this?
If you'll allow me, I'm going to tuck the prisoner behind me.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go, move! And just march through the door.
All right. Are you going to resist that, Sergei, or are you just going to let her through?
No, I am just like... Oops. I just kind of...
All right. So Saga, you're bursting into the room then, yeah?
Yes.
So,
and if I can get sort of like 10 feet away from the room, so there'll be room for them to come in behind me.
Okay, so you can literally at this point get basically into the centre of the room, which will mean that to your left and to your right, you've got both of the ruffians at this point. So you are basically either side. There's 2 ruffians.
Are they 5 feet away? Are they like?
They are within reach. If you move into such a place that everybody else can get into the room, then yes.
Yeah, sure, I'll go in there.
Yeah. Right.
And then let's go for the guy on my right.
Okay.
With my greatsword.
Sure.
Oh, for fuck. That does not hit, that's a 7.
A 7? No, I'm afraid not. No, that will definitely not hit.
I'm going to use action, sir.
All right.
Because that was embarrassing. 25 to hit. Natural 20.
Ooh. Natural 20? Oh, that'll certainly do it. All right, go for it.
I get double dice damage, right?
Double dice damage, yeah.
Nice.
Right. So I'll roll and...
Or rather, rolling 2 dice, to be more specific.
Well, rolling 4, because I already rolled 2 d6s.
Oh, nice. 4 dice. That's damage. Woo!
Okay. And... That's 19 plus 3, 22 damage.
How are you finishing him?
Oh my word.
Long bottom him!
Yeah. I'll do that.
Describe it to me.
So my first one falters.
Yep.
And then I draw draw it back. And it's an upswing.
Oh.
Hopefully from like his hip all the way to here.
Oh. Ouch.
I do not like the fact he's got women in cages.
Well, no. No, and quite rightly so. All right. So you barge Sergei out of the way, charge in, take an attempt at a first strike, miss, and then absolutely just destroy this guy on your second attempt.
Yeah.
So now there's just one ruffian left standing. All right. Thorik, what would you like to do? So you're currently in the crypt. You've just seen Saga charge in, and that's all you've witnessed.
Cool. I also want to follow in. I like rap Sergei on the top of the head and just go knock knock.
Yes, hello, who's there?
Yeah, and just like knock him out of the way a little bit
Sure.
and stride past him.
So you stride into the room. You just see Saga from the end of her killing blow on this other guy. You see a ruffian on the floor, and then you've got a ruffian to your left now. Now you can, positioning-wise, do you want to step further to the north to get closer to him so that people can still get into the room, or do you want to
Can you
stay
just
in
tell me a
the
little
doorway?
bit more about the layout of the room, like what's in here, what stuff is there?
Sure. So as you step into the room, you are in a 15 by 15 foot square.
Mm-hmm.
To the left is some bars, denoting the start of a cell, and the inside of that cell to the north, that is 15 by 10 feet in dimension, and likewise there's a similar one to the south. Directly in front of you is Saga. To the right of her is a fallen ruffian, and to her left is a ruffian still stood up, and on the far wall, at the bottom of the far wall, is a pile of discarded clothing. But you're currently, as of right now, stood right in the doorway.
I would like to approach. I would like to. I'd like to shove him. So I'd just like to basically raise my shield.
All right.
Charge in, and I'd like to use my attack action to shove him. So basically, I'm trying to knock him prone onto the floor.
Okay. I believe that would be a contested strength check, right?
Yeah, so he can. Yeah, so he can either choose. It's my athletics against his athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, all right.
He gets to choose, but I have to use athletics.
Sure. Let's just go for a straight contested athletics, shall we?
Versus 20.
Easier. Oh, right, okay. Well, all right, yeah, you shove him and you just absolutely knock him to the ground.
I'm just like running, I'm just like.
Yeah. So he's now prone. You're stood over him at this point. Anything else you'd like to do?
Basically, just like keep round him and like just keep on him, but get out of the way so other people can get in there.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'd like to just look at the people in the cell and just be like, "Don't worry, we're going to get you out in a sec."
All right. Nice. Okay. So that then brings us to the Redbrand who you've just knocked prone. So really, he's going to have to use his action to try and stand up. Really, is pretty much all he can do at this point. But you've now kind of backed him into a bit of a corner. So he tries to stand up, and doesn't really have much else that he can do at this point beyond just getting to his feet because you've kind of cornered him. Which then means we're on to Johann. So you've just seen Saga and Thorik charge in. What would you like to do?
I'm a little wary of the Redbrand prisoner that we brought in. Where is he?
The Redbrand prisoner?
Yeah.
He's in the
He's in the
previous
crypts.
corridor.
Yeah, he's in the crypts with you guys. Tied up, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If he's tied up, then that's okay. Well, if the second Redbrand's prone,
Yeah,
And
you've
the
got there's a dead. You can from where you are, you can see into the room. There's a Redbrand cornered by Thorik and a Redbrand skewered basically by Saga on the floor.
Well, my instinct is to go up to the boy and try and tell him in my least threatening way possible that we're here to rescue him, despite the fact that he just watched a man be split in two.
That's nice.
I'm sure he was horrible. Sorry, he's already seen one man die viciously. I'm going to launch a stabby stab at the prone Redbrand, please.
Okay, he is, for the record, no longer prone, unfortunately. Does that change what you want to do or not?
I'm going to stab him.
All right, cool. So you charge in, navigate around Saga and Thorik, and you go for the stabby stab.
Okay, that will be 9.
9.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, you misjudge slightly, and unfortunately don't manage to actually even get a glancing blow on him.
I try and style it out. No one saw that.
I was just like, yeah, you make it interesting, Johann.
All right. Which then brings us to Sergei. So everybody's basically, you've opened the door and everybody's just barged past you to get into this room. You've seen one of the ruffians dropped by Saga and another one cornered by Johann and Thorik. What would you like to do?
So there's still one left, right?
Yeah, who's currently dealing with both Thorik and Johann.
Okay, cool. I'd like to cast Vicious Mockery on it.
Okie dokie. Okay.
Which is just
is it
a
a
string
save?
of insults. It's a wisdom save, yeah.
All right.
And the spell save is 12, so it beats 12 it saves.
Okay. Which he fails.
Okay, so it takes a d4 psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Do you want to do the damage roll for me?
Yeah. That's going to be a grand total of 2.
2 damage, and he's got disadvantage on his next attack roll, did you say?
Yeah, as I just shout. Collection of insults.
All right. Okay.
Burn.
All right, cool. Anything else you'd like to do? Are you staying where you are? In the doorway?
Yeah, could I quickly check where that other fella's gone, the prisoner?
Yeah, he's just in the crypts with you at the moment, tied up. He can't really do much.
Okay, cool. I'll just keep an eye on him and skeletons.
You're stood in the doorway, keeping an eye on him, watching him on one hand, watching Doctor on the room
just
the other.
Head.
Nice. All right. So that brings us, I believe, to the top of the round. So Saga. This other Redbrand is now cornered by Thorik and Johann. You're within reach of him though, so you could still attack him if you wanted to.
Yeah, I will.
All right, go for it.
Come on. 19.
Oh, okay, yep.
Very happy. That was not in character. That was the play.
Yes, it was. It totally was. Saga's so giddy about this.
10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. So being within reach of this cornered Redbrand that's just got to his feet, having seen Johann wonderfully miss his last attempt, you try to show him how it's done and manage to hit quite a strong blow, really taking quite a chunk out of his leg, but not enough to take him down, unfortunately. But he's looking pretty weak at this point. So with that in mind, is there anything else you'd like to do, or are you ready to pass to Thorik? What's that, sorry?
Yeah, nothing else.
Nothing else? Alright, Thorik, you're up. So you've just seen Saga take a chunk out of this guy's leg. He's still standing. What would you like to do?
I'd just like to use my Warhammer and just crack him in the hip.
Ooh, alright, go for it.
6.
You slightly misjudge and kind of catch the end of your hammer between some of the bars. You still almost get him, but not quite enough of an impact as the bars kind of get in the way of the end of your hammer.
I just like clang my hammer against the bars in frustration.
Yeah. Nice. Anything else you'd like to do? Any movement or bonus action?
I don't think I can. No, that's me.
All right.
Me.
Okay. In which case, then we're now to this other Redbrand who, is very much cornered. He's just seen his mate drop to the floor. He's looking pretty weak. No, I think he's just going to attack at you, Thorik. I think that's what he's going to do. So, that was a nat 20. That's 2 in one session. I never roll nat 20s.
That'll hit.
Yeah, that'll certainly do it. So, that's quite a desperate attack from him, but that's going to be 10 damage to you, Thorik.
Thorik's not looking great.
Ouch. And he seeing you in your rather weak-looking state now, Thorik, after that hit, he's going to go for you a second time. In desperation. Oh, blimey, I'm rolling far too well today. That's going to be 22 against your AC.
That'll hit.
So that's going to be a total... Oh, Jesus, that's 8 damage to you.
Oh.
What strike is he using against me? Like
what type of damage, you mean?
Oh, what's he using? Where does he stab me? What happens?
Oh, I see. As in he's dropping you.
Because he's dropping me.
Sure. So he manages to, with that first critical hit, really manages to really pierce you. And do quite a lot of damage. And whilst it's not enough to take you down, his second strike, which just kind of he kind of gashes at your leg with that final strike at behind the knees, and you just drop, and you're at this point basically bleeding out.
Thorik just drops to one knee and just kind of his eyes unfocused, and his shield and hammer just go limp in his hands as he just clatters back on the floor like a little spray of blood from covers his face and covers his badger black and silver beard.
Ooh, alright, so we've got a Thorik down on the ground. The Redbrand now, he's still cornered and he can't really get out without initiating an attack of opportunity, so he's not going to try and run for it at this point, particularly after just dropping one of you. He's probably feeling a little bit overconfident. So Johann, you've just seen Thorik drop to the ground as you're looking at the Redbrand to your left. You've got Saga next to you as well, and this Redbrand in the corner looking pretty cocky now after just dropping Thorik. What would you like to do?
I'm -1 on medicine, so I'm absolutely no use in helping for Thorik. So
Question, do we get flanking bonus?
Yeah, actually, yes you do, yeah.
So, Johann gets flanking bonus.
Is that bonus to hit or damage?
Well, you can sneak attack, because you've got advantage.
Awesome! Okay, then if he's cornered...
Which I don't think retroactively changes anything. I'm just thinking back. I don't think it would actually change anything.
No, because he missed last time.
Yeah.
And he'd get it anyway because he has an ally within 5 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right,
so,
Good.
I then see Thorik, turn back to him, and then immediately drive it.
All right. Or at least you certainly attempt to.
First, so let's
Yeah,
see.
you certainly attempt to.
Oh my god!
Oh.
And that one.
You do have advantage though because of flanking, right?
Oh my god. And it's not much better. It's a 10.
Unfortunately not then, I'm afraid.
Blinded by fury.
You're blinded by fury. This Redbrand is blinded by cockiness, having just dropped your friend, and he just parries you. He's in the zone right now. All right. Is there anything you'd like to do? Maybe bonus action or movement or anything like that?
I don't know if I can do any of my combat actions as bonus actions. If I could do like dodge.
You can disengage or hide.
Yeah, you can disengage or hide as a bonus action. That's true, because you're a rogue.
Yeah, I think that would probably be wise because I'm not in great shape either.
No, you're not in great shape.
Yeah, okay then. I elect to disengage.
Okay, which means you can now move without an attack of opportunity against you. So if you wanted to move out of there,
Yeah,
you could
I somewhat with my tail between my legs, scurry back towards Saga.
Okay. As in getting behind Saga, or?
Like a little.
Yes. Behind me. We're the only one dealing damage.
All right. Okay. Cool.
To the side, and then I'd take a little step back.
Okay. Which means now we're on to Sergei. What would you like to do?
I'm going to use my last spell slot to rush forward and cast Cure Wounds on Thorik.
All right. Okay. So how many wounds does wait? What's the dice? It's a dice roll.
1d8 plus 2. So
1d8.
that'll be 9.
9 points of health restored, Thorik.
There you go.
You've heard enough.
So yes, so you rush forward, and you utter some words of inspiration as you see his wounds start to close up and scab over. So you're now conscious but prone, Thorik.
And then I'll kind of stand between Thorik and this ruffian.
There's not really room for you to do that. You can go to where Johann was, but because this ruffian's very much in the corner, you can't really stand between him and Thorik, unfortunately.
I'm just kind of protecting Thorik as best I can then.
All right, cool. Did you want to take Johann's previous position or not?
It's vacant.
Whereabouts is it? Your previous position?
So basically, they had this ruffian cornered. Thorik,
Gotcha.
Saga, and Johann. Johann's now backed away because he's seen Thorik drop, didn't manage to hit him, and Johann's not looking in particularly good shape. So basically, this ruffian's in the corner, and there's room for you to slot in if you want.
I'll slot in and.
All right. So now he cut. There's no route for him to get out now because you closed that gap.
Cool.
All right. Awesome. Which then brings us to the top of the round, Saga.
Well, I want to finish this guy off.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Oh, I get advantage, don't I?
You do, yes, because of flanking, yeah.
$19 to hit.
Oh, that'll do it. All right, yeah, nicely done.
And 10 points of damage.
How are you finishing him?
I just want to stab him through the chest.
Oh, nice and simple.
Thrust.
Thrust.
We need his thrust.
All right, so you just impale him on the end of your blade, and withdraw your sword, blood all over it, as he just crumples into a heap on the floor. So I feel as though now that you have cleared this room of Redbrands, you have the prison cells there with your audience watching aghast as you've just destroyed these men, holding them captive. I feel as though that would be a good place to end this episode. Woo! Woohoo! So, as always, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a review, etc., and we will catch you next time.